So this is an update to the week number 6 waiver wire show. There's some news that broke today regarding Keontae Ingram and Demarcado, the running back who has been the presumed starter, and he still could be. There's a lot of ambiguity here, but it's important I want to throw this out here to make sure everybody has a chance to go get Keontae Ingram if he's still available on your waiver wire. Amari Demarcado was the lone back in last week's game, scoring a touchdown, looking really good, feeling like the best pickup of the week outside of maybe Roschon if Roschon gets cleared to play, and Roschon's currently still in the protocol for the concussion. But it appears right now that Keontae Ingram is listed as the number 1 running back on the Cardinals depth chart. Again, I'm not saying that he won't be the guy. We don't really know, but if you did pick up Demarcado and you spent a bunch of fab on him, and Ingram's still there and the waivers are processed and he's out there for free, just grab him and cuff the two together. Just want to make sure everybody's well aware of the change in situation here potentially. And so we're gonna put this up on screen here. This is the week number 6 waiver wire order, kind of rehashed, kind of reorganized, tinkered with a little bit since the original show. Roschon, Demarcado, Ingram are the clear top pickups of the week if you're trying to fill a need for the now. And if you're looking for more of a future stash sleeping giant play, Spears is great. And Tajay Spears also fills a nice now role as well. He's kind of a poorer version of, let's say, the starter that is either Demarcado or Ingram potentially, but because we don't fully know which one's going to start in week number 6, you almost could say that Spears is the safer call at this point. And I know this is a change, and I wish that we would have had this information before the first waiver wire show, but you could even put Spears potentially number 1 if you wanted, and I know he's probably not available any longer on your waiver wire, but trades are still a possibility. Maybe you still own him, maybe you've grabbed him anyway. Now Spears potentially becomes maybe even a safer, maybe not as high of upside right now play, but safer play maybe in the flex or in a situation where you're running back needy, you've been hampered with injuries or bye weeks or whatever, or both. Spears is a good play, but Spears has that sleeping giant potential that if anything happens to old man Derrick Henry, who's had mileage more than any other running back in the National Football League mixed with age. He's 29 years old. He's breaking down. He's slowing down. Spears looks more explosive. This guy could go to the moon. I still believe fully in Roschon if he gets cleared through the concussion protocol this week and does start week number 6. And Khalil Herbert, who has yet to go on IR, meaning the team might think Khalil might be able to not be out the full 4 games. Roschon Johnson, if he does get cleared through the protocol for the concussion and starts, he is, I think, easily the top now pickup, or if waivers have already processed in your league, obviously, a guy that if you're holding, you're going to be able to play, or a player you can throw into a trade and try and get him cheaply. But Spears, Bigsby, and Charbonnet, as before, nothing changes here. These guys are the biggest sleeping giants, even if they have some now value. Charbonnet's got some flex value right now, given that they do use him more and more and more each week. Spears has, pretty phenomenal flex to bye week or running back injury fill-in value right now. But these are your sleeping giants, your win-a-league players, Bigsby, Charbonnet, Spears, because if injected into the lineup, same thing with Roschon, if everything goes well for him, if injected into the lineup, these guys can win a league. Roschon, Bigsby, Charbonnet, Spears. And in which order, it's tough to say. Like, if all of them are starting tomorrow, I honestly, they're all so very good. I'd maybe say Charbonnet because of what Walker's been doing and how much of a bulldozer this guy is and how much we loved him in the offseason. So before the season even kicked off, our talent evaluation of Charbonnet alone was higher than any of these guys. So I think Charbs would get the nod. I think Spears is looking so explosive. He might be potentially second in command, maybe tied with Bigsby. If Bigsby was starting, knock on wood, we hope that doesn't happen. ETN looks phenomenal. Me liking Bigsby has nothing to do with doubting ETN or anything like that. ETN's a monster. But this guy could score 10 touchdowns in the remaining weeks, 10 to 12 rushing touchdowns if injected into the lineup, let's say even in week 7 or 8. He could score literally 10, 12 TDs on the year with just that kind of volume starting in week 7, 8, something like that. Roschon, it's tough to know when Khalil Herbert comes back, what do they do? So he may have he may have similar value to Ingram or DeMarcado or the combo of this, in that, you know, even if he does do very well, there's still the possibility that Khalil Herbert comes back and steals the job. This guy Spears, as of this moment, if I had to re-rank things right now, and again, I know most waivers have processed, so this is more of like a trade or a current roster evaluation, like ranking, you know, for you right now. I'd almost say I just inch towards Spears right now. If for any reason he's available in trade very cheaply, going after him 1-for-1 is probably not a smart move, because people know your target. They start, you know, backing off. What's he know that I don't know? Now that people are showing interest in Spears, maybe I'm not going to trade him away. He'd have to be some sort of throw-in player, you know, or you poke around at the player or at the players on a certain team that has Spears and say, hey, you know, what do you want for this wide receiver? And they're like, I don't want to trade him. What about this wide receiver? I don't want to trade him. You're making them say no 2 or 3 times, and it makes it look like you're very, very much not interested in Spears. Then if you bring up Spears and say, I need a running back, who do you have? Oh, I'm not trading Eckler. I'm not trading you know, ETN. I'm not trading this guy or that guy. You're like, well, what other running backs do you have? I mean, I got Spears, and oh, he's not a starter. I don't know what I'd give you for him. If I gave you so-and-so for Spears, what would you give me back? You start making it look like you're settling for Spears if you're going to go after him specifically. That's the way to try and negotiate a trade for a player you want without just telegraphing what you're trying to do. So again, wanted to come in here and just let everybody know that there has been a potential change, maybe not, and DeMarcado could still absolutely be the guy. Maybe he's not. Tough to know at this point. All I can tell you right now is that according to Adam Schefter, Ingram is listed as the #1 running back on the Cardinals depth chart. He's very injury prone. This guy showed a lot of promise, and I wouldn't be shocked if they rolled with the hot hand during the game, or even off of this news, another report happens or gets released tomorrow or the next day that says they're going to roll with the hot hand. DeMarcado is still going to be very involved. But I just wanted to give you that information as quickly as I could and let you know that he needs to be grabbed, Ingram, if you're rolling with DeMarcado, and spend a bunch of fab on DeMarcado. This is the waiver wire order once again, walking into 2023 week number 6. So buckle up. Appreciate everybody who is watching, subscribed to the channel, and we'll be live at 8 p.m. Eastern very, very soon. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday, live whenever major news breaks, even if it's not right away, which sometimes we're 5-10 minutes after news breaks. I get ready, I get prepared, I get my graphics ready, I get all the research I need, all the reports ready to put on screen and share with you. And then I go live 5-10 minutes after huge breaking news breaks. Or sometimes I might be, let's say I'm out getting a bite, okay? And then I come back in and we still do it. Regardless, we come live, we go live, or I do some sort of delayed premiere kind of upload like this one and let you know what the heck's going on with the players in the news. I'll see you all at 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Tonight, that's less than an hour from right now if you're watching this currently when this drops. 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Get out of here.